Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and in this video, I wanted to address something real quick. Steven Crowder did his reaction to the situation which I talked about yesterday on my channel here on YouTube. And he showed clips from CNN, how they, dealt with the media. Or dealt with the story in the media. And I'm surprised the mainstream media actually talked about the story. But, so anyway, Don Lemon said, I don't think this act is evil. Really, Don? You don't think what happened to this kid was evil? 4 criminals who are released on $1,500 bonds, which is fucking dumb. But anyway, they kidnapped mentally disabled 18-year-old or 19-year-old white guy, assumed he was a Trump supporter, and tortured him live on Facebook. That's not evil. You call the acts of the KKK and the acts of the Nazis and white supremacists evil. But you're perfectly fine with calling this a non-evil act. Like this is just a typical routine that this 18-year-old mentally disabled guy sets himself in every weekend. Please. The context of the video are disgusting. He's forced to drink toilet water. He's cut up. He's scalped. It's disgusting. You're saying it's not an act of evil? Okay. Whatever. Another panelist on there, along with Don Lemon, who seem to be the dumb ones in this case, said, we gotta blame Trump for this. Yeah, like Trump paid these 4 black teens to torture this mentally disabled white guy. Like as if he had paid the NSA over the last year and a half to find this guy, and then he decided to finally pay these 4 black teens, and then told them to capture him and torture him and put it on Facebook, so his transition to power would go smoothly when he's inaugurated on the 20th of this month. Yeah, that's a conspiracy theory that's too hard for even me to believe. No, Trump is not to blame here. It's these 4 monstrous black teens. They are monsters. They have no compassion. They have no remorse. They were drinking, smoking, laughing about it as if it's an activity that's normal to do to people. It's disgusting. So anyway, when I posted my video, I got tons of comments. 2 of them questioning if I'm male or female. Not surprised. I was asked when I went to high school if I'm male or female. I can understand why. My voice is a little feminine. My haircut might seem a little feminine, but it's a George Clooney haircut from his mid-90s ER seasons. So I want to get to some of my comments here. Somebody called me a dirty honky, even though I never said the N-word or the C-word in my video talking about this at all. So, it's confirmed that this guy was mentally disabled, and that's what people were talking about, because I didn't want to say it in my video, because I had no idea if he was actually mentally disabled or not. Kendall Hendricks said, do you know how many white people would be in jail for life if we all thought like you, LOL? I'm not sure if he's talking about me or somebody else. Um, but calling out this as an act of hatred and racism is not, something to be imprisoned for. It's an objective truth. Nick Jean says, going to radicalize a lot of whites with this. The net is buzzing and it doesn't sound good. Well, people, regardless of their skin color, black and white alike, were on Twitter last night saying hashtag BLM kidnapping, this is stupid, it makes you look like terrorists and shit like that. That was coming from people black and white alike and Hispanic alike on Twitter last night. I'm not sure if this is going to radicalize whites. I don't think it will, because I'm not a big YouTuber. But here's the thing, though. The net was buzzing last night because it was a disgusting, inhumane act. It wasn't buzzing because of my video on it. And Bad Dog Online says, this kid is autistic. I doubt he knows how to vote for anyone. But because he has white skin, blacks targeted him as a Trump supporter. That's exactly what happened. When Black Lives Matter started, I'm not even sure if these were, members of Black Lives Matter, but everyone, black and white alike, is assuming they are, but I'm not sure if they are or not. But let's just assume that they are. But when Black Lives Matter started, I supported the group because police brutality is disgusting. It's awful, and so I called out, the murders of Trayvon Martin. I thought Michael Brown was innocent until I actually read details into what happened. But the thing is, though, I actually supported the group until they got so radicalized and they said shit like, pigs in a blanket fry like bacon. We want dead cops when we want them now. But yet, if all Black Lives Matter to BLM, then why are the lives of black cops less valuable than BLM? Then why are the babies that are aborted in the black community less valuable? That's the history of Planned Parenthood is actually quite disturbing. Yes, Planned Parenthood does do a lot of goods and services to a lot of women who don't have insurance. But over the years, in the years past, Planned Parenthood was to keep the number of black people down. I'm not even kidding. The history of Planned Parenthood is actually quite disturbing. So, if all black lives matter, then why is it okay to want the death of black cops? To put it out there. But yeah, that's exactly what these 4 black teens did. Monstrous black teens, to be more specific. They targeted him because he was white. He must be a Trump supporter. Somebody else said, I guess they were expanding on my point I made in the video. This video does not apply with the fake quote-unquote news narrative that all mainstream outlets want us to believe, and if the perpetrators do not get jail time, I will myself execute them, but knowing Obama's a useless piece of shit will probably invite them to the White House for being brave and shit like that. Okay, couple of problems with this. Well, I agree with some of your comment, but I disagree with your comment as well. Yes, the mainstream media, Fox, CNN, MSNBC, are all pushing, if it doesn't go with their agenda, it's fake news. Which is bullshit, but yeah, I agree with that. But killing these people in an act of revenge is not the answer. The death penalty is not the answer. Obama can't anymore invite people to the White House because he's a lame duck president. And what a lame duck president is he only has certain powers he could do. But Obama, knowing Obama and knowing that he is a compassionate human being, I may not agree with everything he's done over the past 8 years, but he is a compassionate human being, and wouldn't invite these people over to the White House. Even if this happened after the election, he would have said, they should be in prison too. Obama is a compassionate human being. While not being the greatest president, he is a compassionate human being. So he wouldn't invite these over and call them brave. He would say, no, these people, should be in prison. This other person says, Music Mitchie says, I said the same thing when I posted this video. If they don't get life, then justice is not served. Hate to say it, but if it was the other way around, cities would be burning to the ground and they would never see the light of day again. Yeah, it's true. The Champus here says, you're a cute kid, future scientist. 22, but I'm into science. I'm thinking of going back to school, but I don't know when, though. This person says, send Brittany some mail. Nah. Not at all. Condemn racist acts with me no matter what your race, but I really want persons of African descent like me to condemn racist acts against whites, blacks, and others. It looks like this is a petition. You know what? I'll do this. Because hate crimes and racism is disgusting, and I can't stand it. I condemn racist acts. I am of Caucasian descent. I condemn racism of other races. I am of African descent. Condemn racism of whites, blacks, and others. I condemn. I'm of Caucasian descent. I condemn racism of other races. You know what? Other. If other, please. I condemn racist acts against anybody, regardless of skin color. What is your age? 19 through 25. Submit. I figured I'd do that while I was, doing this video. I just don't like racism altogether. It's disgusting. I condemn racism, regardless of race. Regardless if it's done by white people, black people, Hispanic people, you name it. I condemn it all, because it's disgusting. But anyway, back to comments. Another person says, Speak your mind, brother. Just say it. If this was done to a black person, the media, the civil rights leaders, the NAACP, and the BLM movement would be all over this story and protesting, regardless of being a Trump supporter or not. It's a white guy. Who's protesting for him? No one. This is a blatant racist crime, and I'm not afraid to admit these motherfuckers should be in jail for life, no matter what age. Oh, and by the way, this message is coming from a black woman. So obviously, you could. I mean, I could go all over these, comments, but you get the point. People are disgusted by this act, and they're calling it out. But here's the thing, though. Overall, this is showing that people are not going to take racism of done to anybody, because over the past 2 years or so, there was a snowball effect leading up to all whites are racist, all whites are racist, kill all whites, white lives don't matter, and all that shit. And, this is why people, regardless of skin color, voted for Trump. Because Trump wasn't saying, fuck white people, fuck white people, fuck white. He wasn't saying that shit. And this is, and you know what? It's shit like this. When people spread shit like, fuck white people, fuck white people, fuck white people, it gets people like Trump elected more. It gets people like Trump elected more. And it gives rise to the KKK. It gives rise to the KKK again. And that's scary. Because we all know how horrible of a group they are. And it's shit like this that happened to this I'm not sure if he's autistic or not, but this mentally challenged white guy. It gives them validation. And we shouldn't give the KKK validation. But it's acts like this of what makes people consider joining the KKK. I don't understand white nationalism at all. I don't understand racism because you guys know I find it disgusting. But when people say, oh, I don't like this group because of X, Y, and Z, you know that their reasoning is coming from what the carelessness of the media and people in society in general, like not calling racism out against all races. Like, literally, this is what gives rise to hate and racism and bigotry and race divisions. It's because of these race acts. Because of these race acts. These racism hate crimes. This gives rise to racism and keeps it alive. I could bet you right now, if we do this in 2017, I could bet you right now we would see a more united country. Number one, how about let's stop blaming people for, regardless of skin color, for being this and that. Let's stop monolithing people, because we're all individuals. That's the first thing. Number two, when we see a hate crime, regardless who commits the hate crime, let's all condemn that horrible act. Let's all condemn the horrible act. Because it's awful. It should not be glorified. It should not be defended. It should be called out. And finally, if we do this in 2017, maybe we would see this final thing. Maybe we would actually see a drop in crime rates. How about we unite together and protest, white on white crimes, black on black crimes, Hispanic on Hispanic crimes. If we protest these race on race crimes, maybe we would see crime rates go down. Maybe we would see everybody coming together and living peacefully together, instead of more race divide. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See ya, and Steve Akara's videos in the video linked in the bottom.